Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your WRMK News 12 Evening Newscast. We have a lot of news to get to this Sunday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, Tilton man dies after being struck by pontoon boat on Lake Winnisquam, authorities say. A New Hampshire man has died after being struck by a pontoon boat Sunday morning, authorities said. New Hampshire State Police Marine Patrol said it was notified of a boating crash on Lake Winnisquam around 6:40 a.m. Authorities said a 76-year-old Tilton man was operating a scull rowing boat and was struck by a pontoon boat being operated by a 17-year-old. That 17-year-old got the 76-year-old onto the pontoon boat and began CPR, authorities said. The 76-year-old was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead, authorities said. The crash remains under investigation, and anyone with information that may help is asked to contact Sergeant Joshua Dirth at joshua.dirth@dus.newhampshire.go or 603-227-2115. Unborn child killed, others seriously injured after a crash in New Hampton, police say. An unborn child died and several other people suffered serious injuries after a crash in the Lakes region, police said. New Hampton police said the crash happened before 9:30 a.m. on Friday on Route 132. A vehicle driven by an adult pregnant woman with her preschool-age child inside going south crossed into the northbound lane, hitting a vehicle which was driven by a minor and a minor passenger, police said. The New Hampton First Responder Association said the first ambulance to arrive reported 2 vehicles with heavy damage and 1 person trapped. The road was closed until 2 p.m. because of the investigation, and the accident reconstruction team was called out, police said. The New Hampton First Responders Association said the 4 people were taken to the Concord Hospital. Police said there is an active investigation and serious charges are likely forthcoming. Man indicted on felony charges in connection with a theft at the Tilton family mausoleum. Let's take a listen to that report from WWR News 9.
A New Hampshire man has now been indicted in connection with a theft at the Tilton family mausoleum. According to court documents, Fred Cross III was recently indicted on felony charges of criminal mischief, theft, and interference with a cemetery. While executing search warrants in May, investigators say they found brass historic fittings stolen from the mausoleum. The mausoleum has sat atop the highest hill in Cent Park Cemetery in Tilton for more than 100 years.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Presidential race enters final 100 days until Election Day. Let's take a listen to that report from ABC News.
time to go back in style. Welcome to your Walmart.
The presidential race enters its final 100 days. All sides looking to stage a full court press, which is 3 months to go. ABC White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks joins us now from the White House. Good morning, Mary Alice.
And Rhiannon, good morning. Just 100 days to go until Election Day. Vice President Kamala Harris celebrating this groundswell of support. Her team saying that she has raised more than $200 million in this last week, signed up more than 100,000 volunteers. Trump, for his part, going on the attack, saying he's done with any idea of playing nice after that assassination attempt 2 weeks ago.
A brand new matchup now off to the races. Both campaigns fanned out across the country, hoping to get voters energized with 100 days to go until Election Day. Former President Donald Trump campaigning alongside his running mate, Senator J.D. Vance in Minnesota, bashing his new opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris.
So now we have a new candidate to defeat the most incompetent, unpopular, and far-left vice president in American history.
Trump claiming that the former prosecutor is soft on crime, pointing to past statements of her supporting the Black Lives Matter movement.
She's defund the police, and I'm overfund the police.
But Harris has rejected efforts to defund the police and backed President Biden's budgets to help local police departments hire. Senator Vance on stage trying to tie Harris to President Biden and questions of his well-being. The Ohio senator this week also trying to clean up past statements of his about women without kids and wanting to, quote, punish taxpayers without kids too. Harris calling Vance's comments, quote, weird. Her campaign, only a week old, energizing Democrats.
I will say, we're the underdogs in this race. But this is a people power campaign. And we have momentum.
A team of possible running mates campaigning on her behalf this weekend too, including Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, and Minnesota's Governor Tim Walz, known for his strong union ties, with this to say about Trump visiting his state.
He's here today in the state of hockey to complete his trifecta. He lost in 16, he lost in 20, he loses in 24.
Now, it's interesting that while Trump is trying to paint Harris as not supportive enough of police, the New York Times actually obtained emails from Senator Vance showing that he looked frustrated with law enforcement. He wrote to a friend in 2014 saying, quote, I hate the police. Now, he said that it was unfortunate these private conversations leaked and his views have since changed. Gio?
All right, Mary Alice, thank you so much.
Okay, and there you go on that report. We're going to switch gears now and let's go into your sports. When it's me, Riley King. Oops, here we go. Hey everyone, it's me, Riley King, and welcome to your sports report right here on WRMK. Sorry about that, everyone. That is the wrong video. There we go. Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your sports report right here on WRMK News 12. Let's get started right now. First up, the Boston Red Sox game yesterday. The Boston Red Sox, they had a game yesterday, and the final score of that game was New York Yankees 11 and Boston Red Sox 8. The New York Yankees won the game yesterday. And Yankees and Red Sox, they have a game today at 7:10 p.m. Let's go Red Sox. Hopefully they can win today's game. And Fighting Phillies and Fisher Cats, they had a game yesterday, and the final score of that game was Fighting Phillies 7 and Fisher Cats 0. Fighting Phillies won the game yesterday. And Fighting Phillies and Fisher Cats had a game earlier today, and the final score of that game was Fisher Cats 6 and Fighting Phillies 1. Fisher Cats won the game earlier today. And that does it for this edition of your sports report right here on WRMK News 12. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great evening and good night. Goodbye, everyone. Okay, and that does it for this evening edition of your WRMK News 12 Evening Newscast. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Good night and goodbye.